guys, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, I'm going to be telling you what it's like when you first get a motorcycle. Obviously, everyone's experience might vary a little bit, but this is just what I've noticed. Got a bike, you're on the road, you're just enjoying it, and you probably feel more free than you ever have in your life. And you know, obviously that's a great thing. You know, you just got a bike, you know, you're doing something you love, you know, you're gonna feel free. But that does come with a downside of that you'll start to feel invincible. You'll feel like you can go as fast as you want whenever you want to. There's no risk, cops can't do anything. You'll just feel like nothing else matters, and there's nothing else around you that can hurt you, and you're in full control 100% of the time. Now, yes, you can control, you know, what happens around you depending on what you choose to do, but anything is possible. You can always crash. Trust me, you want to realize that as soon as you possibly can, that you are not invincible, especially if you don't have gear on. If you have gear, you know, that's another thing. People will get a bike and just choose to not wear gear, and they'll have, you know, the Instagram fit where they'll just have boots, gloves, and a helmet. You're literally gonna be you're gonna be a human crayon. Like, please, for the love of God, before you even get the bike, get all of your gear. You know, it's really expensive, but what'll be more expensive is a hospital bill. Once you're on a bike and you're riding it and you get comfortable on the bike, you'll genuinely start to feel like everything is so in your control that nothing can happen. You always have to keep the mindset that people can't see you, people don't care, and people are going to hit you. Always remember that. And remember to respect the bike always. You know, just because you got the bike and you've ridden it in a parking lot for an hour doesn't really mean that you're just ready to go out on the road and, you know, rip it around and, you know, try and do a wheelie. You know, really take your time, and trust me, it will pay out just being safe and taking your time with it. The thing I would definitely say to always do is always have a camera on you. don't really plan to post the content or to make content with the videos, always having a camera on you for safety is 100% the move. Just imagine, you know, you're recording, you know, just for fun or just to have it for safety, and something actually does happen. Now you actually have evidence to use to defend yourself. Oh my God, it's getting in my eyes. I just got so much grass in my eye, bro. You're just getting a bike, I honestly think this, I don't know if other people would agree, but I don't think as a new rider you should always be riding with other people, and here's why. I think when you're just getting a bike, you should really focus on riding alone so you can get comfortable with your bike and with yourself being on the bike when you're just by yourself, and you can really learn who you are as a rider just riding alone. There's a couple reasons I think that. I think riding with other people can definitely get you into shenanigans more, especially if the other person is a rider that's been riding for longer and has more experience. And I'll also say, if you're someone who's been riding for a longer amount of time, it's completely your fault, and it's totally irresponsible if you get a rider that's your friend or even just a random person to get out of their comfort zone too early and they get hurt. As a new rider, I think riding alone is way better, and I honestly think for new riders, you know, including me because I'm pretty fresh, you know, ride alone a lot of the time, or just ride with one person that you know you're comfortable with and actually trust to not just go 1,000 miles per hour into, you know, oncoming traffic and say, come with me. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you. You can't be this close to the road, buddy. Cuh, it's okay. No, it's okay, cuh. Stop. I'm trying to help you, cuh. Get out of here, man. Come on. Yeah, I was just helping the turtle. Something from like a young kid most of the time. I've heard from a lot of people that they say that. I bought this bike from like a 40-year-old dude who like just rode it around town here and there. So you know that Gixxer 750 you've been looking at, and you know it's clamped, but the guy says it runs good, and the guy's 17, probably not the best idea to buy from him. And if you are buying it from someone off of like Facebook Marketplace like that, or just anywhere that's like someone's selling it to you, not a dealership, after you buy the bike, make sure you just really like inspect the bike like fully, and you know, slowly, I mean as fast as you can afford, change the parts out. Like right now I have a new back tire, I'm getting a new front tire soon, and then I'm getting a new chain. Those should be like the first things you do, because those are probably the most important and easy things for you to change. And then, you know, after that, obviously you can like customize it, but you know, customization isn't gonna save you. A new chain definitely will. With all that being said, also make sure you have fun. Make sure you actually, you know, enjoy the bike. Don't be someone who's way too overly safe and, you know, doesn't even like, you know, push the bike at all. You know, ride the bike, you know, you bought it, you know, use what you bought. Always have fun on the bike, and, you know, do that, but also be careful. But that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, be sure to subscribe and like for more content by me. But I'll see you guys next time. Later.